Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. I don't know why I said Facebookians. Oh, Facebookians, yes, not my Spacians. He was just...
Yes, I was joking about my Spacians because she used to say that. And, we aren't on MySpace anymore, so...
Woo doggy, cold moonshine.
No, it's not. Anyways, we just finished playing Red Dead Redemption.
It's a cowboy game.
Yes, and so she's gone all Ares Marston here.
No, Aries Sky Earp.
No.
He'll be a huckleberry.
So, anyways, it was a pretty decent game. The ending was kind of a little bit of a surprise to me, and
Not me.
well, yeah, you read the spoilers, so phooey on you. So, anyways, I think the next game I'm going to play is Uncharted 3.
Ice cold vodka.
And no, it's water.
How do you
It is
know?
plain old water. H2O. So, anyways, we haven't really done anything particularly interesting for dinners or anything. Thought we'd talk about our Thanksgiving plan, though.
Prime rib, an all-American meal. Yeehaw! Giddy up, little doggy.
Now, although we call it prime rib, frankly, it's a rib roast. Why is it a rib roast? Because prime is actually a USDA grading, and it's not the proper grade, because if it was the proper grade, it'd be like $400 for like 10 pounds instead of like $50 for 10 pounds. Frankly, it's just rib steak. It's not prime choice, but we still call it prime rib because it's served as traditional prime rib is served. And usually when people serve that, it is prime cut.
If he wants prime
not restaurants.
if he wants prime rib USDA cut, we'll just go get this here Christmas catalog from Schwann's and let him have it for approximately $45 for 3 pounds,
and
y'all.
Frankly, I don't know any place that truly serves USDA prime rib, because it is a meat grading. So, anyways, we're going to do a rib roast, and I do it just with a little bit of butter on the ends and bake it. Nothing special, no fancy seasonings, no salt, no pepper, just buttering the ends. I take the drippings and I end up making Yorkshire pudding from it, and it comes out absolutely perfect. And then I cook some au jus on the side to dip in if necessary.
Well,
Which I don't usually use it on the first day, but on leftovers I tend to. Because leftovers dry out more than the first day, where it's all nice and juicy still. What's with you?
I'm just getting something.
So, anyways, that was that. We were planning also on discussing our future plans, seeing that we couldn't come up with a topic, and we're a day late because we couldn't come up with a topic, and it ended up late yesterday. So, my future plans is I want to start working on wood. And when I say that, I don't mean just like carving chess pieces or making tables. I actually want to make marionettes, puppets. Frankly,
he got into it because he watched the Puppet Master
yes,
series.
I was about to say, frankly, it's partially because I just got done watching the Puppet Master series, and I really love the puppets in that movie and the series. But at the same time, there was a video I saw months ago of a street performer who had two marionettes, and he was doing this dance with them, and he was extremely talented, and I wish I could do something like that. But at the same time, I like to paint, and I like to work with wood, making pipes and tobacco pipes, and I also like writing. And if I do like any of the don't do that while we're doing this. Thanks, you ended up messing my train of thought up. It's all right. What I was trying to say is I also like writing, and if I do like a puppet show for kids with the marionettes, then I need to write a script for it too. So I got the painting aspect and the woodwork aspect, and then at the same time I get to kind of choreographer things and write for it too. So it's kind of a cool idea and a neat topic, and I don't think a lot of people do puppeteering much anymore. In fact, even making their own. And there was a time I was looking up information online and trying to find websites and where to buy supplies and stuff. There's really not a lot, and what there is out there, the marionettes that they do sell, they're kind of garbage.
Except if you get high quality ones, y'all, at eBay.
Even eBay. Some of them are handmade by eBay users, but most of them are just bought from companies and sold like crap.
Maybe, but some of them you can see
The best
for
one I
$3,000-$4,000, and those are the real high quality ones.
No, it's just ones that look high quality that somebody's trying to rip people off on, because the average marionette shouldn't actually cost more than $40 to $50, even if it's highly detailed and everything.
Gee, the other day I was on eBay, and this is part of Living Simply and Fun, and I was looking for a coffee table. They wanted $7,000 for it. Why? Because it was a complete G.I. Joe's aircraft carrier coffee table. All decked out, and I grew up with that stuff, and I was like, look at that, y'all, aircraft carrier, G.I. Joe one. 7 foot long, 8 foot long.
And the sad thing is, I've been thinking about making you a humidor coffee table that, as long as I could get the Spanish cedar in and the other things that I need for it, and I could actually probably make it for about $100, and it'd be higher quality than most anything you buy at the store.
That's true. This cowgirl likes her cigars.
I was actually going to do one that was like a block chest style. And it was going to have bins on the left and right hand sides, the camera, like here and here, right? That were for putting cigars in with an open top. Actually, one side was going to have an open top for a down, putting your cigars down inside. The other one was going to have drawers for like pipe tobaccos. And then the center place was going to be for like cans of pipe tobaccos. And then there was going to be a little section in the very center part for putting pipes and cigar cutter and stuff.
Which reminds me, y'all.
And it was all going to be humidified, and it was going to have little built-in
I
areas
was
for
told
humidor
to
discs.
check out pipe tobacco at Walmart. One of those things. They have some. I just been meaning to check them out.
Yeah.
But usually I go buy the tobacco.
You know what Walmart has? They have cigarette tobacco posing as pipe tobacco to avoid so-called cigarette tobacco taxes. Now, unfortunately, I hate to say that because I'm a cigarette smoker, and cigarette tobacco posing as pipe tobacco is the cheapest way to get it. But
all I got is
do
some
not
wine.
have pipe tobacco like this. They have cigarette tobacco posing as pipe tobacco, and you've smoked that stuff before and it made you sick because it's not pipe tobacco. But they claim it is.
The story behind that, y'all, is I smoked a pipe.
Our friend meant to do something very nice
for
Christmas. She got me cigarette tobacco, which was in a bag, and it actually said cigarette tobacco on it. She got a different brand that said pipe tobacco, which was a lot cheaper, for Rita, which was a much larger bag. But the larger bag of pipe tobacco was cigarette tobacco, so I ended up with it because it was making Rita sick. And so I ended up with like a pound and a half of cigarette tobacco instead of a half pound because of the mess up. But she didn't know better because she's not she is a cigarette smoker, but she doesn't roll her own. And I do. You finished my plum cake. I didn't mean for you to finish that. I meant for you to use
Well, at least
that.
I got some nicely aged Margate still.
Yeah.
From 7 years ago, still sitting
It's
here.
surprising that stuff doesn't even look smokable, but it's very good. And then you got some up here too.
Yes, my Smoker's Pride. This stuff I bought 8 years ago in Linwood, Washington, and still smokable.
No, it still smokes. It might not be the best quality.
It goes like this. Because it's so dry.
Yeah, that's all right, as long as it doesn't have the tongue bite and burn, and it doesn't end up sitting there and sizzling.
So, as Aaron said, he wants to do marionettes and humidor and woodwork for hobbies.
I just think that it'd take advantage of my almost all of my interests all in one go, and it's something I definitely want to learn to do, not just for myself, but I like kids. I'm never going to have kids of my own because I can't find a woman anyways, and I'm getting old enough, but liking kids, I could still entertain kids, can I? Do some street performing sometime, or go around.
His kid is
like
this little service dog called Mooper.
Yes, and he doesn't need any strings to
Mooper Pooper. Pooper, pooper.
Yeah, you should be careful. You might have to pee, and I don't want him on your leg.
So, anyways, is that your goals?
Yeah, that's my goals. You got any goals? We got 2 minutes left.
No, we got up to 15 minutes or 4 minutes. So, my goals is simple. Thank you, Mooper Pooper. My simple goals is this. Next year, when my passport comes, which it should be coming soon, I'm taking a trip. I know one of my best friends, not Aaron, Angela, might get cranky, but I'm going to go to the Philippines. That's right. I was on a dating site, and well, one of my goals is to settle down. And well, I can't wait around for people in this country because they all have their own ideals of partners. So I'm talking to a young woman who's a successful business person, and I'm going to be going, yes, that's right, to meet her. Someone wanted me to go to Cebu, but half the time Cebu's underwater or some stinking
Sometimes
thing.
I think a person needs to be honest with how they feel. But that's another story in another day's time.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about, too, I think. But other goals is simple.
You think. Anyways, let's continue.
Other goals I want to do in the future is Disneyland and Disney World. Cedar Point again, and do a little travel to Grand Tetons, y'all, and Yellowstone and Glacier National Park.
I'd love
This
to see
little
you ride a
cowgirl.
horse.
No, I'm going to be riding the horse. El
I
Cabrone's
just-
going to be riding the donkey.
I just said I'd like to see you ride a horse, and then you're like, no, I'll be riding a horse. And come on, think. You're agreeing with me for once.
What? I'm going to ride the
I
horse.
just said
He's
I'd
going on the donkey.
Hey, donkeys are fun to ride.
Yeah, so small.
I've
so
been on a donkey before, so.
down the Grand Canyon.
No, at my horseback riding camp, they had a couple ponies and a couple donkeys, and I've ridden a donkey, so I'm not ashamed of it.
Disneyland and Disney
The only one
World.
who thinks it's funny is somebody who's a little childish, that's all.
Well, I gotta say, our Savior's mom rode on a donkey, so we should be all proud because she rode on a donkey. And rumor has it.
And
if the
besides,
story
I
goes-
don't think it matters. I think you should probably start with the donkey because I don't know if you can handle a horse. And actually, donkeys can be mean little suckers that can buck you off too. So
give me a nice Lippenheimer or a Arabian, and I'm good to go. He can have an old paint.
you've never ridden a horse.
When I grew up, yes, on the beach with Caprice, and I had my own, and it was $75 an hour for that said horse.
I think we'll get you one of those little mechanical big wheel cars, you know, like the John Deere tractor that you can sit on, but they're the kids' ones, you know, all made out of plastic with the little motor.
He can have that. I'll just drive around, putt around on a golf cart or a riding lawnmower.
It's either that or we'll get you a nice slow-moving tortoise that won't bug you off.
Disneyland a long time ago. No, it was
You got bucked off a tortoise?
No. My sister was riding on a tortoise once. It was at the Woodland Park, or not Woodland, San Diego Zoo when I was there. She actually sat down and the thing started moving, and then she realized.
Yes, and
it was
then
a
I nearly
tortoise.
got castrated by a box turtle.
Actually, that was a snapping
No, it was
turtle
a snapping turtle.
in Kentucky. But anyways, my goals are simple.
That was actually a rather funny experience since we got another minute or so here. I had a metal shovel and it was in the middle of the road. Well, it was in the middle of the road. My dad stopped and the neighbor who lived there, or the person who lived there, happened to have a shovel. And
He
she
was
handed
wearing
it
a
to
dress
me.
at the time.
Hey, that didn't need to be said. So anyway, it was a kill. Anyways, I get the shovel and I go to try to get it under this like 300-pound turtle to try to move it, and it was so fast it nearly just castrated me. And I managed to jump out of the way just in time, and when I went to put the shovel near it again, it bit the shovel and actually took a chunk out of the metal. And then I ended up getting it off the side of the road. I still was insistent on getting it out of the road. That thing was an old crusty
Anyways,
turtle.
all I want to say is, before we wrap things up, is the other goals is I want to
30
complete
seconds.
my goals on my wish list as well as go to the Philippines. So, with that said,
Bye-bye,
please look forward,
subscribe, and
give us
add
suggestions.
Yeah, and suggest things.
And
yes.
please add and subscribe if you like.
And bye-bye. Hit stop.